All right. It's another episode of Versus right now. I got my friend Natalie, who I've known for about how many years now?
Well, 6.
6 years?
6 years.
6 years of torment.
Torment?
6 years of torment.
Torment?
Now let me say why I say 6 years of torment.
Okay.
First of all, how was your day yesterday?
It was great.
It was a good day yesterday? Spraying
awesome.
the corona love. I feel you. Spraying the corona.
We took precautions.
What precautions can...
everybody
you went to a party.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
First of all, I was on my way to the party.
Okay.
I stopped by my house.
Okay.
I got locked out for about an hour and a half.
What does that have to do with coronavirus?
I wasn't even around the party for a long time.
How many people were in the party?
By the time I got there was probably about 7 people.
How many people were at the party, Natalie?
I have no idea. Because I got... What time I got there? I got there at 8 o'clock.
Okay.
I had to get dressed. So by the time I got dressed, it was like 10. The party was over at 11.
It was over at 11, the party?
I didn't even drink a lot.
So
I didn't even eat that much.
Well, all right. So let me just get this straight. For listeners listening.
Okay.
Coronavirus is spiking right now in New York City, right?
Indeed.
Okay. All right. Coronavirus is spiking right now in New York City, right?
Yes.
And you decided a day before coming here to do this podcast to go to a fucking party.
First of all, the party was already planned before Cuomo. Excuse me, sir.
Okay.
Cuomo had already done this stuff with, shout out to Cuomo.
Shout out to Cuomo.
Cuomo brothers. And they did whatever that thing is called. What is it called?
The what?
You know when like the governor says, this is what you have to do.
And you didn't apply.
A mandate.
But you didn't do nothing that he said.
Yes, I did. I wore my mask. People their temperatures were being taken at the door.
Really?
Yes. My friend had the little thingy on the thing. And if you were not eating, you had to wear your mask. There was an outdoor dining area and an indoor dining area.
This sounds like this.
But I wasn't even there. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but all it takes is a couple seconds to come.
But I wasn't even there.
Well, first of all, let me just say this. Okay, let me just say this.
Okay.
You chose to go to a party hours before coming to come do this podcast here, putting my life at risk. Okay, putting my life at risk and my loved ones.
No, we're just really healthy. I just had a mango.
Well, listen. I'm gonna tell you this much. Let's knock on wood. Okay. I'm gonna get tested.
Are you really?
Yes, I'm gonna get tested because.
Have you ever gotten tested before?
Yes.
You have?
Yes, I have.
How was it?
What, the COVID test?
Yeah.
It was fucking horrible, I think.
What other tests have you gotten before?
Well, listen, I have a small nose. I've gotten tested.
You do. Mine's is pretty big.
Listen, I've gotten tested. Okay, in my life, I've gotten tested. I've been a responsible adult.
Good.
And a young,
high five, man.
And a young teenager.
Good.
You know what I mean? And a young teenager.
All negative all day, right?
What?
For everything, right?
I'm never negative. I'm never negative. I'm always a positive person.
That's not what I'm talking about.
Always negative. Oh, yo, I feel you. Always negative.
All right. Okay, good.
I'm always negative.
All right. Get tested.
Anyways,
Gotta
what
promote
was
that.
I saying? You cut off my trend.
Oh, did I?
Yo, don't act smart with me, B. I don't know why you acting smart with me. Listen, you're the one that came from a coronavirus.
I did not.
First of all.
And on top of that, I quarantine every day.
But you still went to a party.
There was only 7 people by the time I got there.
Really?
Yes.
So was it like a losers party?
No. There was actually over 30 people that were invited.
30 people that were invited to a party?
Yes.
And when you got there, there's only 7 people?
Yes.
So you was trying to be super late to kind of like stand out of the bunch, and you just ended up going into...
I got locked out of my house.
Okay. Well, maybe... Well, I believe in science.
I do too.
I believe in science, and I think if you got locked out of your house when you're trying to go to a party, maybe that's the universe kind of telling you,
right?
Stay
but
the fuck
the universe
home.
always got me.
But you still went to the party.
The universe always got me,
but you still went to the party, though.
Right.
All right, guys. Well, this is Natalie.
Wait, but if you want to be technical, you're always out and about too.
Yeah, but
and you're not an essential worker.
Listen, I'm always on the board.
Jokriss is an artist.
I'm an artist.
But you stay in stores though.
I'm always away from people. You've never seen me. You? Have you? Okay. The last time that I went to a party was my friend Brenda's.
And You went to 2 parties.
I went to 2
spreading
parties.
Corona from the Bronx to Brooklyn.
No, thank God I didn't get Corona.
Spreading from the Bronx to Brooklyn.
Listen. It was
there's bi-coastal and there's what? Bike boroughs? Is that even a word?
I'm from Brooklyn. I don't understand what you're talking about right now. Okay. You're talking about street shit right now. Okay. I went to the BX. I've been to B Cross.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah,
From B Cross, I came back to Brooklyn. Okay. So I went to a baby's birthday party.
Right. Spreading coronavirus to the babies.
No. Hopefully not. I don't think nobody
God
there.
Forbid.
Listen, nobody
God
there
forbid.
had Corona that I know of.
How many people were at that party?
I left before it got too crazy. Like
Did you?
I left once. Once my godson smacked a random kid in the face. I left.
Really?
Yeah, he just smacked him. Went straight up to him, and gave him a good smack.
That's gangster.
Yeah, and I looked at the little kid and I said, "Yeah, he's gonna be alright in life." You know what I mean? That's what I said. He's gonna be alright in life. And I walked out. I left Grace. I left Grace like with Grace.
Good.
I left. You know, I called my Uber. There was 2 guys outside waiting for an Uber. They thought it was theirs until I was like, "You're not Jose."
Okay.
Okay, you're not Jose. The driver said, "Jose." I was like, right here. For the people listening, my real name is Jose. Jokriss is my artist name. People probably don't know that. You know what I mean?
I'm glad you
can
said
twist
it.
the mic a little bit towards you. You can grab it from the bottom like this. Yeah, you can get a little bit more comfortable.
Thank you.
Because you're fucking talking like on your side and shit.
Oh,
yeah. But all right. So the reason why I wanted to have you on Versus, is because I always say to you that your love life.
What?
Listen.
That is not what we discussed.
Listen.
I just want to put that out there.
All right. What
did we discuss? Starting from the top.
I believe in my heart. I believe in my heart. You are the example of a hopeless romantic.
Starting from the top. That is not what we discussed.
What did we discuss?
You said, "Yo, Nat, I'm gonna do a podcast." I was like, "Yo, that's dope." Okay. And you telling me all the people that you want to interview.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
And then you was like, "Yo, I want to do a Versus with you." I said, "Cool, I support you. I always supported you."
Yeah, definitely.
And you said, "I want to do Jokriss versus a Natalie."
No, I didn't say that.
Yo, Jose.
Wait. Let me.
God, yo.
Listen, God.
Really?
Listen, God sees everything.
I know He does.
Listen, but let me tell you.
Wow.
I said this to you.
What did you say?
I'm gonna tell you.
Remember, I hang on to everything you say.
You're one of those people that don't let other people talk. All right. You know what I mean? Let me fucking say my piece. This is why I say you're a hopeless romantic.
Okay.
This is one of the reasons.
Okay, go ahead.
You brought shades here.
Just in case, because our conversations start off like this, and then we kind of like do this.
Yeah, we do. This is why I say I think people can learn from you. I've always said this to you. You did say that. I think people can learn from you. And I say that I feel like you're a hopeless romantic. And I said I wanted to call it a hopeless romantic. And you said, no, don't call it a hopeless romantic because I'm not. That's what you said.
Not anymore.
And you said you're a cautious romantic.
You said you said that I'm a savage now because I don't trust nobody no more. That's what you said.
All right, let's give people the context of why you're a savage now and why I believe that you are a hopeless romantic. Okay. Now, for the listeners listening, Natalie comes from a good home.
Yes.
We're gonna say a good home.
2-parent household.
Yes. And unfortunately, I hate to say this, a lot of Hispanic kids in New York at least, it's always either you get raised by your mom. Right. And some even raised by their dad. Right. It's not a two-parent
household, yeah.
But you come from a 2-parent household.
Yes.
And I've learned a lot from you listening to how you was raised. Yeah. I've always believed it's always good to raise your kids with your significant other, with your wife, with your girlfriend, whatever they be, you raise your kids together. Right. And I got to see the result of that while meeting you. But at the same time, I also saw, I don't want to say your parents made mistakes because no parent made mistakes.
Keep it real. They did. I'll say it.
You feel like they made mistakes?
Yes, of course.
Why did they make mistakes?
They made a lot of mistakes.
Like what?
But they did the best that they could.
Okay, but when you talk about mistakes, you're talking about when it comes to like relationships.
Parenting.
Because I think as a parent,
not relationships. Parenting.
You don't think your parents raised you to be a good parent in your life whenever your time comes? That's what you're saying? To be a good parent to my children? Yeah. Yeah, they instilled a lot of things that I think I'm going to be an awesome parent. Okay, but the reason why I say that they made some mistakes with you, because, Natalie's really close to her father. God rest his soul. He passed away. Yeah. Both her parents passed away. Yeah. And I just want to say something real quick. Yeah. I was thinking about this yesterday. And I remember saying to myself, fucking Natalie's in a party right now. And she's going to come here and the risk of corona is high, right?
Yeah.
And I said to myself, I have to worry about my mom and my dad. And then it hit me. I was like, yo, Natalie doesn't have to worry about that.
No.
I believe in every bad there's a good.
No, absolutely.
So I was like, I don't know how you feel.
I feel good.
Because I say to myself, the only thing that really worries me, I don't have children. The only thing that worries me is my mother, you know, and my mom's husband, George, and my father as well, you know what I mean? But I would hate for something to happen to them because of me. You understand what I mean? So to look at you and say like, "Oh, you're liberated." Listen, Listen, I quarantined the fuck out of myself when I went to those parties. Don't come at me.
Wait,
with that.
hold on. Nah.
Let's do it.
So what you saying is
Yeah.
that I potentially brought something in here because I was at a place where 7 people were at.
No, what I'm saying is.
But you went from one party in the Bronx to another party in Brooklyn.
I quarantined for 13 days. Like literally.
You quarantined, but then you also told me that your mom didn't want you nowhere near her because she was like, coronavirus.
I made a joke. I put on Twitter, which is the truth. I had a great time with friends and family.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to say it verbatim. I'll probably put it in the podcast like the snapshot. Okay. I said I had a good time with friends and family last night. Now my mother doesn't want to get near me.
Yes, I saw that tweet.
Yeah, which is true. And I quarantined myself. I didn't want to be around my mom, anything, right? But it goes back to what I said was, you know, if you want to be free, like Kanye West said this too, and that's why I thought about it. Kanye West said on the Joe Rogan podcast that he was like, he prayed to God and told God, you know, God delivered me from pain, and then he took his mother. That was some real shit. That was some deep shit. Because when you think about it, if you don't have children, I think the thing that's most important is your kids. I'm not saying your kids become more important than your parents, but obviously your kids, they get...
No, of course. Yeah, because they come from you.
Yeah. So to see you, I said to myself, Natalie doesn't have her parents, which is sad, but at the same time a blessing in disguise because you would be stressed out right now if they were alive.
I'd probably be in jail.
Why would you be in jail?
Because you see how they have that mandate that people can't go into the hospitals and be with their parent. I know someone who his father... passed away.
His father.
So he got hospitalized, and they didn't let him go into the hospital. That couldn't be me. I slept in the hospital. They knew me.
There's been a lot of that going around lately. Like I seen a story of two couples. It was two couples. It was a couple. They were having a baby, and the mother that was pregnant still, they thought they was losing the baby, so they had to go get a sonogram, and they didn't know if like the sonogram was gonna come out like the baby was dead, and they didn't let the father be with her.
No, that's crazy.
That's crazy, but you know, we're living in rough times right now.
Yeah,
you know, it means a pandemic, but you know, so. We lost track a little bit.
Yeah, I told you we do this.
Yeah, we swivel around a lot. So let's just say this, all right?
Okay.
Back to what I was saying. You are, in my like, when I think of a hopeless romantic, I can only think about you. Listen, I can only think about you. You are officially the only person that I know that's a hopeless romantic. Literally, like listen, I don't know nobody else.
For the sake of this podcast, because I saw you yesterday.
Yeah.
And then we was like, let's save this conversation for today.
Yes.
What do you mean by that? What is... Because I'll Google it. Yo lo googleo.
Well, Google a hopeless romantic right now.
We're going through this right now.
Don't worry, guys. We about to like show Natalie why the fuck she's wrong. You know what I mean?
Definition.
Yeah, the definition of a hopeless romantic is pretty much... It describes you. And say the real one.
All right. A hopeless romantic...
Yeah.
Is a person who holds sentimental and idealistic views on love.
Yep.
Especially in spite of experiences, evidence, or what? No.
Say it again.
Say it again. A hopeless romantic is a person who holds sentimental and idealistic views on love.
There you go.
Especially in spite of experience, evidence, or exhortations. What the fuck is that word? Exhortations. What is that? People ask, is being a hopeless romantic a good thing?
No, we don't ask for opinions. I wanted you to read the definition.
What is a hopeless romantic girl?
Listen to me, Nat.
Yes.
You know that you read that, and I saw your face. I could zoom in after this is done. I'll zoom into your face while you're reading it, so people can see that you know that it's you in a nutshell.
I just don't agree.
All right. So for the listeners listening, and I'm saying this in front of you, you have a very interesting approach to when it comes to relationships. Meaning, this is what you do. I think every girl does this to a degree. But I feel your parents, you coming up in that household, which is not, listen, it's not a bad thing. I'm not trying to play you
no,
or
no,
anybody.
no, just say
listen,
it.
Or any
just
girl listening.
Or
Any girl listening. It's okay to expect a certain relationship with somebody you like or somebody you're interested in. But it is wrong. I believe it's wrong to kind of force your views onto a person in a relationship.
Well, yeah.
But you do that.
Force my views?
Yes.
That's not true.
You do it like this. You want me? You ready? This is how you do it.
Hold
listen,
on.
listen. This is what you do, though.
Demon.
This is what you do,
What
though.
I do?
As soon as you meet a guy,
yes.
Matt,
okay.
what is the first thing you say to me besides like, oh, you think he's a good guy? The fact of the matter is, every time you see a guy, you say this to me. Oh, I hope he's like this. I hope he's like that.
You're give me an example. You need to give me an example.
I'm gonna give you an example.
Yeah.
Obviously, attraction is the first thing that comes.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Once you see a guy that you're attractive to, immediately you start picking.
Why do I say that? I want to know if you know why I say that. Obviously you don't, so I'm going to say it to you.
Why?
Because the first thing that you say to me is, you need a dweeb.
You do, because you're too dominant.
Listen,
the listeners don't know you. So then you are a very dominant woman.
So then I say, I don't want a dweeb. I don't want a man that I need. And the other day we was walking to get something to eat. Yeah. And I was like, Jose, I don't want a dweeb because and you said, oh, I get it. You need someone just a little bit more dominant than you. Yeah. So definitely. That I could kind of like submit, because women will not, and I don't want to say kind of like, I don't want to put this out there because there are a lot of strong independent women.
There definitely are.
And I think that a lot of people equate submission to weakness or whatever the case might be, right? Yeah. But I really do believe that men it's okay to lead. Like, it's okay. And for a person like myself, I would prefer a man who leads. But unfortunately, the people that I've been with in the past, they don't know how to lead.
Well, let me tell you something.
Yes.
We're in 2020.
Okay.
And times have changed.
So what you're telling me is that I, as a dominant woman, you put it,
you're a hopeless romantic.
Listen. But that doesn't go hand in hand. How can a dominant woman be a hopeless romantic?
But let me explain.
Okay.
Let me explain. The dominant is a whole different conversation to have.
How long is this podcast gonna be?
It's gonna be as long as it needs to fucking be, okay? Because we're gonna get to the bottom of this shit. So listen.
Okay.
Listen, you're a hopeless romantic. Because let's be real, you want the dream.
What?
You want the dream.
What? A two-parent household?
I think every woman wants the dream.
A partner? Because you can have a man, but you don't have a partner.
Yeah, every woman wants the dream.
Did you just hear what I just said to you?
Listen to me. Every woman wants the dream.
I hope the viewers understand that.
I
hope the females understand. You can have a man.
Viewers are going to understand you, and they're going to understand me as well. But listen to what I'm telling. Listen to what I'm telling you.
Yes.
Every woman wants the dream. To be with the man that they love. Listen, to be with the man that they love.
Or woman.
Or
person.
They want to be with their significant other, their partner. Yes. They want that. Yes. They want the kids. Yes. They may not want kids. They may just want the household. Right. They may want the companionship. To be with somebody.
The partnership. Yes. I agree.
But unfortunately, life says fuck you sometimes. Right. Right? Right. And I feel like that frustrates women like yourself that want that. The thing is, I don't think you force it, but you hope for it so much that it disappoints you the point that you just you get lost.
No, this is my thing. Okay. Yes, people want that. They want that partnership. They want to be able to count on somebody, right? Yes. The problem with what you're saying, right? Because you have a cynical ideology also. Okay. The problem with that is that everybody's broken, but they want that partnership. Exactly. And you can't be a broken individual and want that partnership, because it doesn't work. Yeah. It doesn't work. So my thought process is, let me take this broken individual, right? Because I was broken. You have to take accountability for yourself, right? Yeah. So you have to take this broken individual, and you cannot, at some point, you have to stop and say, I am this way because of fulanito. I'm this way because this person hurt me. Or I have daddy issues, or I have mommy issues. You have to take accountability for yourself, and you have to heal yourself. And then move forward and create that partnership with another person who is also healed. and grow together. What is wrong with that?
There's nothing wrong with that. My point is that...
What is your point?
If you keep looking for that person, you're going to waste a lot of time.
But I'm not looking for that person anymore.
There you go. You said it. Anymore. What was I talking about?
And this is why I don't understand the versus topic, because I'm no longer a hopeless romantic.
But you were. And and now you're a cautious romantic.
Now I don't fuck.
See, exactly. This is my point. You was a hopeless romantic for a few years. I believe probably
my entire life.
Yeah, your entire life. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
And you know, you got into a relationship with somebody that we both know, right?
Oh yeah, we did that. Go ahead. Yes. It's all right. Guys.
All right. Let me stop playing. You got in a relationship with a person that we both know.
Yes.
Now, relationships can either make you a better person,
right,
or pretty much a worse person, but it still makes you a better person at the end of the day.
No.
No. I'm gonna explain why. I'm gonna explain why.
Okay.
Because I think being in that relationship.
You're speaking me specifically, or
you
just
specifically?
Okay.
Being in that relationship, I think it kind of let you understand, like, I can't think a certain way. You understand what I mean?
I understand what you're saying, but
would you, before you answer,
okay,
would you say that it helped you or it made you worse? Because you can look at it, maybe it made you worse, but it did help you.
No, I think that it made me grow.
Well, there you go.
As a person.
Well, there you go.
I think it made me grow. I think that I had to kind of like step back and see what was my role.
Yeah.
In that situation. But I honestly, I think I put my expectations were too high.
Yeah.
And I think that's the problem.
You feel like your expectations
my
were
expectations
too high.
they weren't met. No. Let's rewind.
But listen.
It's not that my expectations were met. It's that sometimes people just don't know how to do certain things.
Okay.
I had the luxury of my father showing me
exactly
how a man is supposed to treat you.
And what did I tell you?
Right? We're going to omit that part. Because I already know where you're going.
No, but
I already know where you're going.
But let's speak specifically.
All right, I'm gonna keep it real. I'm gonna keep it real for the sake of this podcast, right?
Yeah.
My dad taught me how a man is supposed to treat me, right?
Which is what he's supposed to do.
Right, but I wasn't taught how to treat
a man.
Exactly. Right?
Yeah.
Now, that doesn't take away. That's me taking accountability for myself.
Yes.
Right?
You are.
Right. But that does not take away the fact, all the bullshit that he did. And this isn't...
You mean your ex? You're talking about your ex.
We know who we're talking about.
No, yeah, but the listeners don't. So
yes,
we refer as your ex.
Yeah, so it's just kind of like... So, yeah, there were a lot of things that I did wrong in that relationship. So did he. It was... There is no... He did worse, I did worse. No. But, yeah, he did give me a coup de grace. Like, he did... He fucked me up so bad.
You feel like he fucked you up so bad?
He fucked me up so bad.
So let me just say this. All right. So you feel that your last relationship with your ex molded you into the person you are right now when it comes to relationships, your outlook to relationships? You don't think that?
You did.
I did. Mm-hmm. So what did I do that makes you feel like molded you differently?
Since that whole big situation happened, you know which one I'm talking about.
No, you can say it. You just omit names. You can omit names. All
right.
You know, you were cheated on.
I was cheated on. So my mom died in May.
Yes. God rest his soul.
Yeah. My mom died in May. My dad died in August.
Yeah.
And he cheated on me in September.
Damn.
Right?
Yeah.
So, and I'll never forget. I walked into your house.
Yeah.
A few weeks after that.
After everything happened.
After I found out everything.
That he cheated.
Right. And I remember you looked at me and you was like, nah.
Oh, yeah.
You looking crazy. Because I didn't process the death of my mother. I didn't even have time to process the death of my father. And here's this person who I'm drowning. Right? Because the two people that I love the most. Hold on. Gotta bring on my shades.
Yeah, go ahead, put on your shades.
I'm gangster, yeah.
I got you.
All right.
I got you. I'm right here with you.
That's why I fucked with you, yo.
Let's do it.
So I'm dying.
This is a sensitive situation. I don't want to make fun of it, but let's go.
Nah, but it's cool. It's cool.
Yeah.
I'm dying emotionally.
Yeah.
And there's this person that I'm supposed to like attach to.
Yeah.
And he just, you know what I'm saying? Like that's kind of like where the fucked up part, like when your parents die, Jose, like those are the only people that love you unconditionally. If you have a good parent.
Yeah.
Right? It could be a grandmother, it could be just a caregiver, right?
Yeah.
That person loves you unconditionally. When those people aren't there anymore, and I had amazing parents. Mm-hmm. When those people aren't there anymore, you don't know what to do with yourself. And you feel like people don't love you unconditionally no more. So I had already established a relationship with this person. And I thought that perhaps, you know, yeah, we were in a dark place, but I need to hold on to this person. Even though he's toxic as fuck, I still need to hold on to him because he was the last, you know what I'm saying?
So, I'm sorry to cut you off, but like, all right, so so the people listening, so we're talking about your ex cheated on you. What was it, like 2 months after your parents had passed?
No.
Or 3 months? What was it?
No. When my mom passed in May.
Okay.
Bobby passed in August.
Okay, and
he cheated on me in September. He cheated on me a few weeks after.
Okay. All right. So, I get it. You felt like he should have been more there after the death, or do you feel like because he did that, it just made it? Well, it did make it.
Made it worse.
It made it worse. It made it worse. But then that's where I feel like when you say that, you feel like because you talking to me, I molded you to like being a certain way.
You and your mom made me a better person.
You feel like we made you?
Yeah.
Well, listen, I don't know if I was cheated on. We spoke about this.
There's a whole song out there, son.
There's a whole song.
My hate song.
No. I was remember I said this to you. I said I'm grateful that I went through heartache
at a young age.
Mm-hmm. All right, I went through what before I didn't believe that you can be young and be like in love. I used to be like, motherfuckers don't know what the fuck they talking about. I thought it was stupid. But when I see what you went through, and then I look back at me, it always fascinated me. Like, I would say, why is she letting this get to her?
Right.
Like, and then it hit me that you didn't experience this young like I did.
But it's not even that, Jose. I've always said to you that you are an anomaly.
No, listen.
Because people know the artist.
No, I was fucked up.
I know that.
I was fucked up. Listen.
I know that.
Listen, I was just as bad as you.
I know.
I was just as bad as you.
So we kind of like bonded in that sense, right? It's called trauma bonding, by the way.
Yeah, I guess you want to call that bullshit.
That's what it's called. It's called trauma. But like you were able. So just for the viewers, right? He is an amazing person.
Thank you.
Jokriss is an amazing person.
Thank you. I appreciate
because there were times I used to go see you once a week.
Yeah.
And you literally, for the past 6 years, talked to me. I remember one time I came to your house. We were up till like 3, 4 o'clock in the morning talking.
Yeah.
And you never once made me feel like I shouldn't be... Like, I remember when my parents passed away, right? And then the whole thing happened with him. Everybody was telling me, yo, get over it. Your parents are dead. Like, it's a wrap. Like, move on. And I remember I texted your mom at 2 o'clock in the morning. And I was just like, I'm dying. Like, I don't know how you did it. And she called me at 2 something in the morning, and she stayed on the phone with me. And she was like, Mija, you need to do X, Y, and Z. And even after the fact, when that whole thing happened with him, right? I thought that I wasn't going to see you guys ever again. And she pulled me to the back.
Well, all right. But just to give context to the listeners, her ex is like my brother. We grew up together. So it's pretty much my brother. So she dated my brother, and all this happened. But... You know, there's 2 sides to every story.
Man, whatever. Like
no, listen. There's 2 sides to every story. I'm giving you the platform for you to. This is good for somebody who's watching this. Whether it's a girl going through the same thing.
Yeah, but I do want to say this because I don't think I'll ever have the opportunity to say it to him because I gotta be real.
Okay.
I'm gonna be as transparent. He was there when my mom got diagnosed. He held me down when my mom got diagnosed. And I remember I didn't have any money to buy my mom food.
And he helped you.
And he helped me. He gave me money.
He was there. He was
he was supportive until he wasn't. If that makes sense.
Until what happened.
Until what happened.
Now, do you think that the cheating was just like the ending to everything? Or was listen. Obviously cheating is never good.
It's not. If you're cheating, don't do it.
I always say to everybody, even my friends, any one of my friends that's listening, they'll vouch for me when I say this. I say, if you feel you have to cheat, you need to dump the person immediately.
You need to leave.
Yeah, just dump the person because that means there's something about them that you just don't like. You're just gonna cheat on them.
No, and it's not even that. I wouldn't even say that
but let me say this though. When I say, listen, calm down now. People don't know Natalie is ready to burst at any moment.
That's not true.
All right, listen. All right. Now, what till you really finish the relationship? Not what was it really the cheating, or was it the fact that you couldn't, I guess, get over like the feelings you had? Probably. I just want to say probably wasn't really the cheating.
I'm not really good with liars.
So you feel like
lying
is what ended it, not the cheating.
Right. My dad always said that he would rather be friends with a thief than a liar. Because at least he knows where he stands with the thief and not the liar.
Yeah, that's kind of. I could agree with that.
Right. Because a liar, you just don't know. And it just I remember, you know this, there was one opportunity where he had the opportunity to tell me everything.
Yeah.
And I remember sitting in the car and I was just like, wait, I'm not reacting the way I'm supposed to. Right?
You mean when he told you that he cheated?
Yeah.
When you spoke about it?
When I spoke to him about it, he just told me one part of it.
Okay.
And I was like, that's it? He said he just kissed her. That's what he said.
Okay.
I was like, you just kissed her? He's like, yeah. And I looked at him and I'm like, something's wrong with me because I'm like fighting with myself on the inside, but I just can't, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, you sure that's what happened? He was like, yeah. And he's looking at me with that dumb face like this. And it just became kind of like a thing. And, you know, I'm very smart. You know that.
Well, listen, I don't want to try to say that. You always say that I'm biased when I'm not. You are. I don't think I'm biased. I think I'm very straightforward with everything.
Are you?
I always said that it was wrong for him to cheat the way he did, right? That he shouldn't have cheated. I always say that. But at the same time, I always say when somebody cheats, there's a problem. Right? There's a problem. There's a reason why listen,
Jose, you're
hold on, listen to me. Listen to me. Listen to me though. I commend him on one thing. Even though he fucked up, you cannot deny he tried to make it right.
Hold up.
Did he not?
Yo, hold up.
Did he not? Hold up. But did he not?
Hold up.
Come on, let's talk real. Did he not try to make up?
Let me tell you something.
Okay.
Your thought process.
Yes.
And I've always said this to you. I'm grateful that you're in my life because you are a solid man.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Right? Not everybody's like you.
I do have big nuts.
They could pretend to grow them nuts, but they just can't.
Shit. I shouldn't have said that.
They don't got them nuts. And this isn't a dig. This is just real. We've spoken about this before. Espérate que yo no he terminado.
Okay.
So your ideology is not the same as other people. I remember when we first started talking.
Yeah.
Right? I asked him before we even got into a relationship, I asked him, have you cheated before? He was like, yeah, I have. That should have been a red flag for me.
Everybody cheats.
I've never cheated.
Everybody cheats.
I've never cheated.
Well, you want me to tell you something? You ready for this? The fact that, and I think people could agree to this, you've changed, Nat, to the point where I believe this in my heart. The next relationship, if you feel anything fishy, your trust issues will probably lead you to cheat or to end the relationship early.
Let me tell you something.
Do you not agree with that?
Let me tell you something. I didn't go on a date. I went out with a friend.
You went on a fucking date.
It wasn't a date.
If you go out with somebody,
it wasn't a date.
Okay, so what did you call it, Natalie?
I haven't seen him in a very long time, and we decided to link up.
It's called the date. That's what it's called, Nat.
Anyways, and I remember I said to him, if I'm talking...
This is a different person we're talking about.
Yeah, it's a different person.
Okay.
Shout out to him. And I said to him, if I am in a relationship, or if I'm interested in someone, and I see that I'm having issues with his mother, I'm out. Like, I'm not even gonna like try to. And he said some real shit to me. He was just like, issues with the mother.
Well, listen, let's give context to the viewers. You have to get context to the viewers. People don't want people to get lost. So all right. So you just don't want to deal with a guy that has his mother involved in his relationship.
I don't want to deal with
meaning you don't want a
mama's boy.
Okay, a mama's boy. Okay.
But like a toxic mama's boy.
Okay, so you don't want to deal with that.
I don't.
Okay.
Right.
So you told the new guy.
I explained that to him. I said, listen, and he doesn't know my situation. He doesn't know. But I just said that to him, and he was just like, "What do you mean?" And I'm like, "Well," and I explained to him. He was just like, "Listen, if I'm in a relationship with a woman, my mother has nothing to do with that." And I'm like, yeah. And he was just like, no. And he kind of like explained to me that it is my job as a man to give my woman her place. And my mother needs to step aside and let me be a man and deal with my situation. And if I fall and it doesn't work out, that's not her business. My relationship is not her business. And I was like, so, like, it was refreshing to hear that. Because some, and this, don't get me wrong. If your parents don't like somebody, there's a whole bunch of issues. I remember I told my dad I liked him. I was like, Papi, I love him,
Talking
right?
about my brother now.
Yes. I told my dad, that was the first guy I ever told my dad about. Right?
He was the first guy you ever told your dad about?
I grew balls.
Okay.
Because my dad was a scary man. And I was like, Papi, I like somebody. And my dad was mad quiet, and he's driving, and he was like, what's his name? Right? And I told him his name, and my dad was like, he's no good for you.
Just because of the name?
Just because of the name.
But what kind of shit is that?
Well, my dad had this thing, and it was weird. My dad had this thing where you would tell him a name. Yeah. And my dad could, like, he would say whether the person was good or not.
Well, that's very black and white.
But then again, I will say this. Sometimes we don't see past... Our parents kind of do, right? So where we only see what's in front of us, our parents are seeing way past that.
But how can he judge him just off the name?
Well, he just did, and he wasn't wrong.
You feel like he wasn't wrong?
He wasn't wrong.
But all right, so this contradicts what you say though, because all right, let's keep it real here. You said that he helped you. He was a good man to you. He was a good boyfriend to you. The only thing that destroyed it was the cheating.
But no, it wasn't. No, that's what ended it.
The cheating ended it.
Yes, but it was more to that. It was the mom stealing the money. It was, not being not being given my place as a woman.
Okay, so this is where I go back to being.
Jose, you know the deal. Son.
I know the deal.
You know what's up.
No, I know the deal. But this is where I say to myself,
So why you want me to say it?
No, I don't want you to say anything you don't want to say. Okay? But what I want you to understand is why I say that you are a hopeless romantic. Listen.
Why? Because I want a man to be assertive?
No, that's apart from everything now.
So how is that being a hopeless romantic?
The thing is, I want the listener to understand. Everything you say has valid points. People are not going to disagree with what you're saying. Probably some. Probably some. Everybody has their opinion. Right. But I feel like this is why I find you so fascinating, where I was like you when I was really young. And that's not a diss to you. Meaning I always said to myself, I want a girl. When I find that girl that I'm so attracted to, I want to make her my wife, make her the mother of my kids, take care of her, be there for her, have this home. Right. You understand? So my mistakes were lying to myself and not being realistic with life. And I feel like when you was with him, because things were so good, I believe they hit you harder when everything happened, when the floor started to crumble. You started to lose your fucking mind. Because for the listeners listening, what she said when she came to my house after she found out what happened, that she said that I said, yo, you looking crazy. It was because maybe in your mind, from what you've told me over the course of time, you really believed that you guys would take that step where it would be marriage, where it would be kids.
We did. We went ring shopping.
Well, that's my point. So I always said to myself, when I listened to you speak, I said to myself. I said, this is why I refuse to kind of lie to myself about a relationship.
Yes.
And the thing is, I'm not saying that you're wrong for that. I think everybody thinks this. Mm-hmm. But this is why I said to you that I was grateful that I went through what I went through when I was really young. Because nowadays, it's not that I don't trust women. It's that I don't...
You don't trust women, bro.
I trust women. I trust women.
You trust cheeks.
I trust women.
Shout out to cheeks.
Shout out to cheeks. But the thing is, listen. This is what I'll say. So I'm gonna give context to the listeners. When I was 17, I experienced my first run at what you call love, heartbreak. Yeah. This was the person that I believed in my heart would be my wife, would be the mother of my kids, the person that I put above all. Right. To the point where I remember saying to myself, I was ready to whip anybody's ass for her.
You know what I mean? Tell me some crazy stories.
Yeah, I would. And she knows. I remember after we will always have this thing where we will get together, break up. And when we had broken up, I have found out through the grapevine. Because the thing is, all right. Let me just say this story. I found out through the grapevine that she was seeing somebody. She was getting picked up by a guy in front of her house, and I told one of my boys, this is how sick I was. And how out of reality I was because of being a hopeless romantic, being in love with somebody that I should have said to myself, it's not going to work. But I was so blinded by whatever it was, the emotion, that I went to her block. I put my boy in one corner and I stood in another corner waiting for this nigga to show up to whoop his motherfucking ass. You understand? And the thing is, I think we got there late because he never came. But then after the fact, I told her the story. And she was like, yeah, he came to pick me up. And I was like, yo, I stood there. I didn't see him. I guess I went there too late. But I say this is where God works in mysterious ways, where I said, if I would have seen that, I would have lost it. Because I was angry at the thought. Imagine witnessing it. Right. I would have whooped that ass. You know what I mean? And my boy had a bat. We was ready to whoop ass. We was going to violate. You understand?
Who was with you?
My boy Blaze. Shout out to Blaze when you're watching. You know what I mean? This is young Jokriss. This is 17-year-old Jokriss. Okay. But with that said, I just remember always lying to myself. So when I see your situation and I see all the struggle, I'm always grateful that I went through that really young. Yeah. You know, because listen, what happened with me and this person that I loved so much at that particular time, like to this day, we're friends. If I see her, it's like, what's up? How you doing? I don't have no ill will. Like, you know, I don't feel nothing negative towards her. It's cool. I wish her the best. But at that moment in time, like, I just remember there was nothing above her. It was only her. I didn't see myself even. Like, it was only this particular person. You understand what I'm trying to say? All I thought about was this person. I forgot to look at myself to see how I was acting. So sometimes I didn't even eat. Yeah. You understand what I mean? And this is when you have to really kind of pump the brakes. Yeah. And the thing is, me and her, I've always said this to like my friend Brenda. I've said this to her. Brenda, shout out to you if you're watching. I said, I think me and my ex always had a great relationship when we weren't together, when it was just open. Meaning where she could tell me, yeah, I was dating a guy, or she would tell me about her relationships, I tell her about my relationships, when there was no secrets, because that's what ended the relationship with me and her. I broke up with her because of that. Okay. Because listen, I know a lot of people. I thank God that my popularity has helped me in life, because there's always somebody that knows somebody. You understand? So the reason why the relationship ended with me and her, that I decided to end it, was I don't know what people classify as cheating. Some people classify cheating as being with somebody, having sex with somebody, kissing somebody. I loved her so much. I classified cheating as just talking to somebody. Right? So what happened was, we was together, and somebody that I know knew a person that she was talking to while being with me. Right. So the thing is, I'm not trying to say I'm the most popular person in the world, but I know a lot of people. So I had one person tell me, yo, Joe, you still with such and such? And I was like, yeah. He was like, yo, but she be like on AIM and, you know, talking to my mans. And I was like, what? And I was like, let me see. And he was like, yo, I don't got it on me, but I'll send it to you. So he sent me that. And that's where I was just like, okay, she's not cheating, but she's talking to other guys.
There's intent.
There's intent. The thing is, she'll say to me she's never cheated. I believe her. But the fact of the matter is that the fact that I felt insecure meaning that I didn't know whether or not she was lying or telling me the truth, was enough to end the relationship for me.
Right.
So I was like, you know what? This is where I had a moment of clarity that I said, if I can't trust her, I'm going to always live whooping niggas' asses.
Right.
The thing is, because she knows. She knows my temperament. I'm with the shits with whoever. Anybody who met me know I'm with the shit with whoever.
To this day.
So I said to myself, do I really want to live my life having to worry about what the person that the person that I love is doing? So I said to myself, you know what? I'm going to just end the relationship. And then the relationship gave her solace, I guess. Maybe it made her in the beginning. But she got over it. Her life kept going. My life kept going. But this goes back then to you where I see, my God, Natalie is going through everything I went through when I was young, pretty much in your 30s.
In my 30s, yeah.
So I said, this must be 10 times harder for you because this is the age where I think everybody starts to say, you know, it's time to settle down. You get what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it was hard, but it's kind of like I said, like I think I spent 2016 because 2016 was the bullshit year.
For you.
For fucking everybody. But for
2016?
me, yes. Yeah, 2016 was bullshit year for you.
Was it?
Yeah. Didn't you have surgery that year?
Oh, yeah, I did have surgery that year.
Yeah.
Fuck 2016.
Fuck 2016.
Okay.
2016 could suck a dick.
Yeah, 2020 beat it, though, but let's do it. Let's do it, though.
Nah, I don't think anything could. 2016 for me was a horrible year.
Okay.
I think, and then 2017, I was hospitalized like 3 times because I was depleting. Like, I was so depressed. I wouldn't talk.
From the relationship. From
just like everything. My parents' death. It was like compounded trauma. It was the death and.
All right, so
it was 3 deaths basically.
So you had it rough. So you're trying to, so for the listeners listening, the people watching, it's pretty much you lost both your parents back to back. Literally back to back, and then would you consider him the love of your life or just a person you loved?
A person that I loved
deeply, unconditionally. So then you lose that person.
Right.
So now you're in a depression.
Yeah.
But this is where I'm asking you this: did you really believe, like I said, the hopeless romantic thing? You had in your mind that these were the things that were supposed to happen, and they didn't happen, and that's what changed you.
You know what? I'm gonna be real with you. There was a time when we went ring shopping.
You and him.
Yeah. And he was looking at rings and shit.
Yeah.
And I was like, even thinking about it just makes me nervous. I was so nervous. My hands they sweating up right now. That's how nervous I was.
Because you guys were ring shopping.
We were ring shopping, and I was so nervous.
Which is the next step.
Yeah. And I was nervous. I was like, oh man, this ain't the nigga I'm supposed to be with. I was like, I don't trust him.
Yeah.
I don't trust him to lead. I don't trust him to be a man. I don't trust him with me.
Yeah. And
I remember the ring lady and was like, yo, she looking kind of nervous. And I remember he said, oh, buscame una soga pa amarrarla, like to
tie her up.
Yes, to tie her. I don't go nowhere.
Like he was joking.
Right,
yeah,
he was joking. He was joking.
Get a rope to tie her up.
Right, but I knew at that moment.
You didn't want to?
I didn't want to get married with him. This was not the person that I was supposed to.
Was this after the cheating? You guys did this?
Yeah, because.
Oh, so you guys.
Okay. We broke up.
After the cheating.
We broke up.
Then got back together.
And then, so in 2017, he kind of was just like he came on my birthday, bought me a cake, and I was just kind of like a little weary. But I was just like, thank you, because I still loved him. Like, you could break up with someone, but you could still love the person.
Yes, definitely. I agree.
And we tried. Like, it was, but I didn't, I looked at him, and I was just like, he's not a man to me no more.
Because of the cheating?
Because of his deceitful nature.
Okay.
So it was more like, I don't trust this man with me anymore.
Okay.
And then, add to that, let's get married, right? And a lot of things just came from me. So I was just like, all right, let's start fusing money together. And my mom, shout out to my mother, she left me money.
But all right, so let me clear this up then, because I'm a little confused.
Okay.
So after the cheating, he came back. You guys reconciled.
Yes.
They got back together
in the summer.
And then you still went along with it even towards the ring? Like, it got to the point where you guys started picking out rings
after
everything?
Because I believed I was ready to own up to like...
Because before you say anything, because you was hopeful that it would turn into something that you wanted.
No. Because you have to understand. You have to understand my relationship with this man.
But why go ring shopping?
My relationship with this man.
Yeah.
Was perfect.
Okay.
Up until.
What happened?
Up until the first situation with his mother.
Okay. Well, you had a problem with his mother. That was a strike one.
That was the first one.
Okay.
Right. And I saw how he didn't vouch for me. Like, money's missing. Clearly. You know, and she lied to him. And I'm looking at him like, yo, I know I gave you that. I sent you this money. And she's like, no, she only gave me this much. And he decided to believe his mother, even though I had proof.
Okay.
So, and I was just like, you know what? That's his mother. And I know my mom was everything to me. So let me just work with this lady. But that lady has some other shit going on.
All right, but this is a situation that you feel like, all right, that was a situation in itself that you felt like, oh, this is some bullshit. That was like, I guess, strike one. So, but my question was,
right.
Even after the cheating, But I'm
getting to that.
Okay.
So in my mind, right, that's when the bullshit started, 2015, right?
Okay.
But in my mind, I'm thinking like, man, it was perfect. Like, I know, and I really felt at that moment he loved me very much, and I loved him very much.
He was trying to make it work, so he must have loved you very much.
So at that time, I was just like, you know what? I
like how you ignored that.
So I said at that time, because Jose, just because you love someone doesn't mean that like you're not gonna hurt them.
I believe in this. If I'm not trying to say I lie to the people I love, but you.
Oh my God!
No, listen.
Jeez.
Hold on, in the name of Jesus Christ. Hold on. This is real shit. We're not talking about relationships. We're not talking about relationships right now. We're gonna talk about this. I will lie to my mother because I love her, because I don't want to hurt her feelings.
But you would never lie to Cheeks.
I will never lie to Cheeks.
You see what you just gave me the point.
But I am a different individual.
You are, and I'm glad you realized that.
Right? Yeah, but everybody does things their own way, Nat.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Okay, yeah, but I'm just saying. Can you look at the fact? We're not trying to be biased here. Let's look at the facts. Okay. Let's look at the facts.
All right.
He fucked up. Your ex fucked up.
Oh my God.
Your ex fucked up. But he still said, even though I fucked up, I'm gonna try to make it right. Doesn't that kind of make it like,
but
right?
You cannot make something right and still continue with old habits. You can't do that.
What old habits was he continuing?
Okay. Just because something happened doesn't mean that, and you're trying to fix something, doesn't mean that it's just over, right? So he probably thought in his mind, all right, it's over. I got her back. We gonna move forward.
But how can you blame him if you're taking him back? Because you're taking him back.
I don't blame him. Okay. But then at the same time, you have to take with what comes with that. Because remember what you said. He wasn't honest throughout the entire time. He had the opportunity to be honest and put it out there. But I knew that he wasn't 100% honest. I knew he wasn't.
Well, the only thing that I would say, that I did say, was like, maybe if he was like, 100% honest, maybe things would have been a little better.
Had he been 100% honest and laid it on me, de un fuetazo, I would have probably been.
But he admitted to cheating.
He didn't admit to it. I found out. I found out before he even knew.
All right, so this is what I'm saying. So that's why I say he should have been honest, because you say to me that he didn't admit to cheating. He just admitted to
kissing.
Okay. So that right there, that was always in the back of your mind.
Right. When we were trying to get back together.
Which you were.
What?
You did get back together.
Right. But when we were trying to get back together, I had to get that out of him.
Okay, so you guys did speak about it. It
right.
got to the point where he did acknowledge and admitted it.
Like down the line. But now I'm looking at him like, yo, you done lied to me all this time, right?
So why continue?
Because I was still in love with him.
Hope it was romantic.
No, you just don't give up on someone that you love.
Which is, there's nothing wrong with being, there's nothing wrong with being like that.
And I started like I know the type of woman that I am.
Yeah.
Right? And I kept seeing his life his surroundings decline.
Okay, yeah.
And I knew that being the woman that I am, I could help him.
Trying to help your man.
Right, trying to help my man.
Mm-hmm.
And it just became just more toxic. It was just too toxic. Like, he was living, where he was living at that time in Queens. Yeah. And I guess that wasn't like a good situation for him. But I didn't give a fuck. I didn't care if he was living in a box. I would have slept in a box with my man. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you.
And I remember my mom had left me money.
Yeah.
And I think that he thought, and he could say whatever he wants, but I think that he thought, oh, she got money, we got money. But I always separated. I was never one of those women that spent money on dudes. Like, I always learned from people's experiences. Like, I knew a girl whose grandmother left her a lot of money.
Yeah.
And she got limos. She bought everybody Jordans. Her man at the time, she got him like a Rolex. Like, she went in. Like, she OD'd, right? What happened?
How much did the grandmother leave her?
I have no idea.
She got a limo?
Yes, she got limo. She bought mad people Jordans.
She bought a fucking
No, she rented.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, she rented. She rented a limo.
I was about to say, people, it's one of the stupidest girls I've ever fucking heard of.
She rented a limo. Bought a whole bunch of liquor. Jordan. Everybody got Jordans. Her man got a Rolex. Like a whole bunch. Yes, a whole bunch of stuff. Right, materialistic stuff.
She lives in an apartment.
Yeah, she lost all that money.
She lost all that money.
And she's not even with the dude because the dude cheated on her with some other girl.
It's just hood shit. That's all it is.
Right.
It's hood shit.
So I remember looking at that and I was just like, yo, he wasn't with my mother shooting in the gym. Like, my mother used to wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning to make her money.
Yeah.
And she didn't leave that money for nobody else. She left that money for me. And when my dad wrote the will, like all the assets and everything, he specifically, mentioned that what's left is for us, not the spouse. That's on the will. My dad wasn't stupid, but my dad didn't raise a stupid girl. So I took that money, and like, next thing you know, his car is breaking down.
But you helped him out.
I ain't buying no car.
Oh, okay.
I bought him like 2 hours. Oh, babe, let's like fix it.
All right.
If you will.
So let's get back on track in regard to how you look at relationships and love. Okay, Natalie, can you admit now that you have listen, everybody has their outlook in love. What is your outlook of love? What is your ideal relationship? That's the real question.
My outlook on love?
Yeah, what's your ideal relationship? What is when it comes to love and relationships, what is it in Natalie's head that says this is what it's supposed to be? Not what you hope for it to be. You have to know. What do you think it's supposed to be? Not what you
now?
Hope. Yes. Well, not what you hope for it to be. What it's supposed to be to you in your mind.
This is what it is now for me.
Okay.
I think that the other person needs to be established, right? Some level of establishment, because I'm established, right? And
they should be the same. It should be a same playing field.
Or he's working towards that. Because I understand that.
You want it to be equal, almost.
Yeah.
When it comes to security and everything.
Right.
Okay.
In terms of security, because I know where I'm going.
Okay, so that's one thing.
Right.
Okay.
The person obviously needs to address a lot of their emotional trauma, right? Because everybody's broken. Everybody got trust issues. Everybody has.
So you want somebody who's expressive.
Yeah, and knows how to communicate.
That knows how to communicate. So okay, have security, be expressive and verbal
and consistent.
Okay, and what else?
Consistent.
And what else? Loving, sweet, or what?
Yeah, really good in bed too.
And really good in bed. Okay. So you pretty much described the dweeb.
How is that? Wait.
I'm joking.
Because I was about to say, I am
joking.
Because you know where I was going to go.
Yeah, I'm joking.
You know where I was going to go.
No, I'm joking.
Okay.
All right. So let me tell you something. A guy who has financial security, is expressive, and is consistent in what way? What do you mean? Consistent in what way?
So if they say that they're gonna do something, they do it.
Okay, they're assertive.
They're assertive.
They get their business done.
They get their business done.
All right. Now, what would you say if I was to tell you that that kind of a man would be a little bit more busy than you would like?
That's okay.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Because then when a person is super busy, love may not be at the forefront as much as you would like. Would that be a problem?
I mean, because you make time for what's a priority.
You do, but people are human beings.
That's true.
And
so now I have to look at myself.
What is my problem in relationships?
You don't trust nobody.
It's not that.
Yeah, you don't trust nobody. You feel so comfortable with yourself, just being alone.
You think I don't trust nobody?
You have a cynical ideology.
I could admit. Listen, I'm not ashamed to admit things about myself. Never have been. You know, I mean, I've always been open. I've always been very straightforward. Okay. I think anybody who knows me knows that. My problem is this.
Oh, yeah.
I think about this sometimes. I say my problem is not that I don't trust nobody. It's not that. It's not that I don't trust nobody. It's that I don't want to have emotions for something out of fear of being let down, because that's my issue.
I understand what you're saying. So you don't want to be irrational. Like, you don't want to.
I don't want to let somebody into my life, right? And then And if once you grow feelings, this is why I don't want a dog. Why? Because
so you're not gonna get pebble?
I love dogs, but the reason why I don't want to get a dog, because this is a perfect example. You love your dog, right? You're gonna love your dog. You get close to your dog. Your dog will never, do nothing but bite you. That's the only thing that could make you be like, oh, I trusted you and you bit me, you motherfucker, right? But it's like, what happens when my dog dies? Then you feel this hurt. So I think my past relationship, that's what it did to me. Where I said to myself, I would never allow myself to go through that kind of pain on my accord. Meaning it was my fault. Listen, that it was my fault. I did that to me. She didn't do nothing to me.
But you're equating the death of an animal to the death of a...
No. I'm trying to give an example. Maybe it wasn't the best example. But I'm trying to say is attachment is something that I don't want to deal with. I don't want to have an attachment to somebody that could possibly let me down. Okay,
but you've also said to me before that your way of thinking in that regard is foolish.
Which it is, because the way that I think can make me end up alone.
Right.
Yeah, because I don't want to give the time of day.
But that's the problem.
Listen,
when you
2020, listen, in 2020, you know what's up. Like, I love women. I love all women. But women, not all, some, they're going to do them. And I think that's fine.
Yeah,
I think that's
you've encouraged me to do the same.
Yeah, that's I say live your life. My motto in life is live your life because it's your life. Live your life because it's your life.
Yeah.
Just be smart about it. The thing is, will God ever bring somebody into my life that's not like me, but kind of understands me?
That understands you.
You know what I mean? That's yet to happen. I don't know. If it happens, it happens. But what I'm saying is, I'm not ashamed to say that I don't want to be in a relationship with somebody and then have this emotional connection to the point where I feel like it's gonna hurt the other person. Meaning, what if because right now I'm too busy. I'm always doing things. I'm always moving around. It's not fair for my girlfriend. If I have a girlfriend, it won't be fair for her.
But that's you understanding and realizing that at this moment in time, you are not at a place where you could dedicate time to a girl. But that's okay. You're being honest with yourself.
And it's not fair.
Right.
It's not fair to your significant other. But you want a guy, not like me, but a guy that has these qualities.
Yeah.
But the thing is, then that's where the relationship struggles. Like, if I could take
parts of you.
Yeah.
Because like I said, I feel like, shout out to God, because I feel like God gave me a person that acts like my dad. Like if my dad was younger and he'd be like you, like gangster in that sense, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But just like my dad, there's parts of you where I'm just like, oh my God, I don't know how she did it for so many fucking years. Like, I just don't understand, right? But you have a lot of qualities that I would love in a man.
I think honesty is the only thing anybody needs in life.
You are extremely in a relationship.
I mean,
I wouldn't even say that you're honest.
I'm brutally honest.
No, listen. I don't even want to say you're honest, because that's a given, right? People that know you, they know that you're honest. But I think you're transparent. And I think that's what people aren't nowadays. And transparency, I mean in the sense where, let's say, you don't got time for a girl right now, right? You know that.
I don't. Yeah,
but
I know that.
You need a little thrashing now and then.
Like a straight motherfucking man.
You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to
you. Instead of you running game,
yeah,
you'd be like, listen, I'm just trying to. You with it? So you give the woman, right? The woman. Okay. You give the woman the opportunity to choose.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, this is what. All
this
right,
is
cool.
what it
I'm
is.
with it.
This is what it is.
I'm with it. Let's go. Right.
This is what it is.
And that's the problem that a lot of men and women, they don't do. They don't give the other person the opportunity to choose how they want to spend their time.
But that's what you want. That's what you look for in a man then.
I want him to be transparent with me.
Okay. Fair enough.
Like, what are you looking for?
Fair enough. But then, you know what that leads to? When the person that you're into is not that way, it leads you to be disappointed.
No, but this is why I agree with you when you said that I'm a savage now.
You definitely are.
Because
you have turned into an animal. Because, listen, for the listeners listening, when Natalie finds a new guy, any guy that she finds any guy attractive, you listen, this is the truth. She immediately dissects everything about him. Whether or not he's a certain way, how he talks, what he feels about certain things, mannerisms. And I think that's very bad for you. To be honest with you, I think that's bad for you because you're not giving people a chance.
Listen,
you're not trying you're not trying to do what I do in life.
I did with Montro.
You're not trying to do what I
did with Montro.
But listen, you're not trying to do what I do.
What?
You're trying to establish a relationship.
I'm not though.
So why? So what is it that you want?
I'm just trying to live my life.
You're taking my advice then.
That's what I'm doing.
You're trying to live your life.
I'm just trying to live my life, and it just so happens.
But you don't want a family. You don't want a household.
I do, but that's not what's in my mind anymore because I know that that's not reality.
I think I'm gonna change this podcast to Jokriss versus a damaged girl. Yeah, because
I don't think I'm damaged though. I'm not damaged.
I don't think I don't think you're damaged. Listen, but I do see how the last relationship with my brother that you had has definitely changed your perspective on so many things. I don't. You have changed.
I have changed, but I feel like I've changed for the better.
But that's my point.
And this is what I'm saying. And you say that it's damaged, but I feel like I'm smarter now.
We're both damaged.
Whereas
I'm damaged.
Oh, I know.
Everybody's damaged. Yeah, everybody.
But in the way that you're saying it, this is what I'm saying. I don't. Whereas before, I used to be like, "Oh my God, he said this." I don't do that anymore. I'd be like, "Oh, he said that. That's what's up. That's what's up." Because if he wants to take me out, let's go out. If he wants to,
so you don't care anymore.
I don't give a fuck anymore.
And then this is where for the listeners listen, this is where the cycle continues. Because listen,
that's not true.
Let me tell you why. How do you know that my ex that made me this way? How do you know? I'm sure she's been through things. You know what I mean?
Because everybody's broken. But no one's healing.
Whatever happened to her, you know what I mean? Whatever happened to her, maybe she wasn't trying to be fucked up to me. It was just the way she looked at life.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes.
And the thing is, the way that she looked at life and the way she looked at relationships, it probably just most definitely didn't align with my ways that I was looking for me and her to be. And in all that, what happened was I ended up getting hurt and pretty much throwing everything to the wind where I'm like, relationships are bullshit.
But I don't think that, though.
No, but I'm just giving an example.
Right. So now, you're damaged.
Listen, I was damaged for a couple years until, everybody has growth. I think growth and experience is important.
You know what it's called?
What is it called, Natalie?
It's called post-traumatic growth. When you go through an experience.
Listen, Natalie goes to therapists, and
can you give context? Give context.
You go to
give context. What am I? Excuse me. The viewers, I don't know which camera I'm supposed to look at.
Anyone you want. All right. This one right here.
One day, right, I'm going to be a clinician.
What is a clinician?
I'm going to be able to provide therapeutic services to people.
So you want to be a therapist now?
Probably.
Why?
Well, because I feel you've said this before. I feel like I have a lot of insight, and my experiences. Right. My experiences could be someone else's survival guide.
This is why I'm doing this podcast. Because I feel like somebody who's watching this could probably learn from things that I said and things that you said.
Yeah.
I think like now, I'm gonna tell you right now. I think it's unfair to not that you're judgmental to people that you've gone on dates with now, but it's a little bit unfair to kind of just look at them and be like, So, you like your mom?
I've never.
How much do you like your mom?
I don't do that though.
If your mom didn't like me,
I don't do that.
What would you say? That's how
but I don't do that though.
You don't, but
no.
but damn
so
near.
No, I don't.
Damn near.
Don't put that out there, bro. I don't do that. I ask questions with intent.
What the fuck did I just say?
But no, you're. I don't be like, oh, so how's your mom?
No.
Are you a mama's boy?
Obviously,
are you this?
Anybody who's watching this or listening to this can fucking tell that I'm joking.
What you're saying is subjective. People will take, cause it's kind of like what I do. Whatever you say,
people know me.
And I've said this to you before. You have to be very careful what you say to me.
People know. Yeah, because you get riled up. Yeah, but listen. This is what I'm gonna say. I think that you are a perfect example of somebody. Because listen. I think gotta have both my parents still. I can't imagine losing both my parents and then the person that I'm super in love with, whatever happens, whether they leave me, they cheat on me, and then you're left with nothing. I think that's devastating. I think for any person that has a conscience, but I think it's either gonna make you or break you. You know what I mean? It's either gonna make you a more harder individual, more stronger individual, or it's gonna make you, I believe, a really bitter person.
Jose.
Yeah, you're the only person that calls me Jose, by the way.
Jose.
Besides my mom and shit. Jokriss. Yeah. People listening, I have the two most
Puerto Rican.
No, I have the most fucking listen. I have Jose is the most
Puerto Rican.
No, Luis is the most Puerto Rican name.
Is it?
Yeah. I have
how about Juan?
My mom decided to call me the two most common names in the Spanish world. Jose and Luis. And then in Spanish it sounds no offense to Mexican people, it sounds Mexican. Jose Luis. You know what I mean? Like, my name is Jokriss. People know me as Chris. People call me Chris, and people call me Joe. So they put it together.
Bueno, you.
Yeah. By the way, Natalie doesn't like the name Chris. Go ahead, continue. Continue, bro. Continue. You want to put on your shades? You let me know.
That's not true. Shout out to him, yo.
Yo, shout out to Chris.
Shout out to him.
Shout out to my man Chris. We love you. That's my man right there. I love him. But continue. We know one thing that I noticed. All the girls that I've ever dated, like I'm always kind of like cool with them. Like
I'm cool with all my exes.
Except one.
But that's because they didn't hurt me like that though.
He's the one that mattered.
No.
Out of all of them.
No.
I've been in love twice in my life. That I can say necessarily.
I've been in love. Yeah, I think he was probably like the second.
Yeah, I've been in love twice in my life. Twice. Yeah. And both didn't work. So, you know what my only goal is now? Get rich.
Is it?
That's my only goal. I'm just gonna focus on me.
Yeah, that's my goal too.
And get on a yacht and just sail towards the sunset.
I would like to be on a yacht, but I don't want to own one though.
But all right, Nat. So we've had what is it, an hour and 40 minutes? It's a good conversation. Maybe we should do a part 2, maybe down the road. By the way, did you see Elon Musk? That's his last name, Elon Musk. Elon's tweet about coronavirus.
Did you?
I'm fucking asking you.
Because I feel like you're gonna share that with me.
Well, Natalie.
Yes.
I'm gonna end this podcast by saying that Elon Musk said that he took 4 coronavirus tests the same day, same nurse, same place. 2 came back negative and 2 came back positive.
Really?
And he was like, "What the fuck was that?" I just want to end this podcast with saying,
coronavirus.
No, I just don't know what the fuck is happening anymore in 2020. I don't know if coronavirus is real. Knock on wood. I think it is real because I have a friend who had coronavirus and he was fucked up. And
I think it's real.
You think it's real?
Yeah.
But how the fuck can somebody take 4 coronavirus tests, and 2 come back negative?
Because we're just learning about this stuff.
Positive.
You're gonna get the
the what?
The vaccine.
No, I'm not gonna get the vaccine.
Me neither.
All right, Nat. So I think we had a good conversation. There's a lot to digest. I think people could go back and rewatch a lot of things. People are going to disagree with me. People are going to agree with you. People are going to disagree with you and agree with me. Or I may be just talking on my ass and people might be like, Jokriss ain't shit. So I don't know. So you got anything else you want to say before we end this?
No, thank you for having me.
Yeah, hey,
I appreciate you thinking that I'm interesting enough to have you on your podcast.
Yes, because your love life and the way you look at love is very fucking interesting to me.
I still don't think that it should be a hopeless romantic.
What you want to call it?
The first one that you said.
A cautious romantic?
No.
A Natalie?
Yes, a Natalie.
Well, I guess the viewer watching this is going to know already what it's called, and they're either going to hear me say a lie to you or the truth to you. So, you know what I mean? I think I'll probably call it a cautious romantic. How about that?
You think I did good?
I think you did good. You did good. Don't be so judgmental on your fucking self.
I could be very hard on myself.
Yes. All right. You want to plug anything in before we end this?
Nah, listen to that Jokriss. That was all day. Babu Blake.
Babu Blake, no doubt. Yo, this is Jokriss. Got a Natalie here, cautious romantic. This is Jokriss versus. Y'all already know.